Welcome to the Impactful Engineer Project. I'm Steve Maxey, and with my co-host and brother Jake, we are here to bring you guidance, fresh ideas, and the tools to help you become an impactful engineer. Today on The Impactful Engineer, I am here with my brother Jake for an authentic conversation around engineering and personal development. Our goal is to create an environment for career excellence targeted toward engineering professionals. We believe that being open about what we've learned in our own careers will benefit others in their unique journey of engineering. Ultimately, we want people to have fulfilled careers and be inspired to become the best versions of themselves.
This podcast has a few episode types, so if you haven't heard or listened to this podcast before, the first type is Steve and I doing exactly what we're doing right now. We're going to present a topic, something that we've talked about before, that we see a lot in our careers, so that we can bring it to the forefront, introduce the why and the how around it, and give some tips to get the conversation going for you and others to inspire some action. Usually this will be based on something you can deploy in your daily career, and it often includes a mindset shift that we invite you to consider moving forward, because we know the power behind those mindset changes.
Coming soon, we will have another one of our Wednesday Wisdom episodes, which are quick solo episodes that are really short and down to the point, like 10 minutes or so, where one of us has an idea that we want to share with the group. This is typically a mindset, a strategy, or a tactic around making yourself and others around you increase their potential in your careers.
And about once a month, and hopefully increasing that frequency in the future, because bringing on a guest is super awesome. I enjoy those episodes a lot. Sorry, Steve, but I'm getting tired of talking to you. All right.
Likewise.
So about once a month, we will bring on a guest who has an expertise in a particular field to share their perspective around their area of genius or something that they overcame in their career that was of high impact and that we think will be of high impact for you. So we bring them on, we talk about what they overcame or something that they are very passionate about that we think will help you. And we provide you with a lot of golden nuggets throughout. And they're typically an hour long. Those episodes are very worthwhile to listen all the way through. A good commute type episode. So what's up?
Yes, what is up? A lot of work, as usual. A lot of family stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a tornado scare yesterday here in Texas. Yeah, but
you know, I'm starting to see tornado stuff kind of around here.
Yeah?
Like New England's seen some tornadoes. That's nothing like you guys.
Yeah, we didn't get anything though. They're like, oh, it's going to tornadoes and hail and everything else is going to go on. It's all going to fall apart. Nothing. Had a little sprinkling.
Nothing.
And some lightning. But hey, that's Texas for you.
Little droplet hits your house.
Yeah.
Get in the job.
Yeah, no. But on the flip side, you know, you'll have a nice beautiful day, and then an hour later there is a tornado. So I mean that's typically how Texas rolls. It's just bipolar type weather patterns here. So
you know what really pisses me off about the weather around where I'm at is that it teases you. So you grind through winter, because I'm not a snow sports guy. Never have been. I grew up in California in the valley where it's just like death hot. That's it. So you go swimming. So like on the water, on the big lake, get your boat out, go skiing, stuff like that. Water skiing, snow skiing. And I have no desire to go to the mountain and fly down a hill stuffed to the brim with all these padded warm layers and then fall in the... I guess I would probably see the benefit if I did it, but I just don't want to do it. And I know all the New Englanders are going to be like, dude, it's the best. You're an idiot. Like, how could you say that? I have no interest, none, zero. So I like the good weather to come, right? And it teases you, and then it comes back. Like, so you get a little bit of sun, and then it goes back to pouring rain and cold, and then you get a little bit of sun again, and it's like May already, and we're marching through halfway through May, and I'm like, where's the sun? I want heat, and I want to be outside for a long time, and it ain't coming.
Yeah,
and that kills me, man.
Yeah, that's the part about Arizona that I absolutely miss. Is so predictable, and you knew it was at least going to be sunny that day. Either that or a bunch of dust.
Yeah. The big dust cloud storms.
The haboobs are awesome.
The haboob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, I got a park.
Heard the name. I'm like, haboob? Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
Yeah, those
loved
are
Arizona.
cool.
It was awesome. But yeah, it
But I love
was
heat.
deathly
Yeah,
hot.
love the heat. Heat. What's it going to be tomorrow? Hot as
Yes.
shit. Oh, I get to wear the same thing that I've been wearing for my entire life tomorrow?
Great.
Great. Predictability is
I know.
amazing. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah.
What do you got going on,
Yeah.
man? What are we going to share that's of actual value?
Yeah. So I've been thinking about the term lately of fake it until you make it.
Fake it till
Yes.
you make it.
It's a term. I mean, I remember our dad telling us that as far as, applying for a job, he's like, dude, just fake it till you make it. Apply for whatever you want and then just do it and you'll figure it out.
No fear. Yeah.
Of course, we were talking about, entry level jobs like working at Taco Bell or landscaping or whatever, so, not
Yeah.
being,
He's like, it's like all the stuff you did for chores that I made you do growing up.
Yeah.
Like now you're going to actually get paid
yeah,
for it.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what does it mean? Like, what does fake it until you make it really mean? I think there's an equation behind that. And it's because, as engineers, we all love
Of course,
equations.
Steve. Of course, you've got an equation. I'm here thinking something completely different.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, bring the
all
equation.
right, I'm bringing
buddy.
it. You have to have belief of where you want to go. And you multiply that by the actions and behaviors, right? Consistently taking those actions and behaving like where you want to go. And then multiply that by time because it just takes time. And then you will achieve where you want to go. For an example, if you are an entry-level engineer and you want to be an engineer that is a master of their craft, right? They are the absolute guru in whatever field they're in. You have to act and behave like a seasoned engineer, right? Do the research where it's needed, make decisions proactively, and you just have to keep doing those things over time and you will get there. You will become that expert that you are trying to be.
But if your belief is dropped,
Yes.
you won't make
Exactly.
it. You're going to burn yourself out.
Yes. So
I like this
It-
equation.
essentially find where you want to go and you have to emulate the actions and behaviors of those who are already there and you will make it there. So I just kind of want to get your thoughts on that equation and just that concept in general.
Well, I'm into this equation, man, because the actions plus behaviors is the first term, and it's in parentheses. You got to do those as act in tandem with each other. The add, right? And then you've got your belief in time. I like this. So you can take all the action you want, but behave in a very poor manner or not behave in accordance with those actions.
Yes.
Right. Then all of a sudden the multiplication outside of that is affected, right? It's going to go down. I like that. It's cool. If you have time or belief completely drop off, you're really boned.
Yep.
Right. If you don't spend any time doing it, you're not getting to the achievement. Right. The belief is almost as strong. So I like that it's still a multiplication factor outside of the action and behaviors. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
You never shared this with me. Where was this when I needed it, bro?
I like equations, all right? I'm an engineer. Leave me alone.
It's a very good way to put it all together. That's cool. Yeah, we can talk more about that too. I think when you first said fake it till you make it, it's a feeling for me. It's like a removal of fear for me. It's like, and I've actually never gotten in trouble. Well, I might have gotten myself or my kids in trouble a little bit because I tend to just not have fear. But I've learned over time how to be strategic with not having fear. Right? It's like, oh, Liam, you're ready for that hill. He was not ready for the hill on the bike. And he had a pretty nasty crash. And to me, I'm like, dude, keep your feet on the pedals. Your bike brakes by reversing. And he took his feet off. He's going down the hill. And I'm like, this is going to be bad. Good thing we strapped pads on him and a helmet because he needed it. Big time. So he couldn't fake it till he made it there. He really crashed hard. Poor guy. So when I'm teaching my daughter, who's 11, how to drive, because I want to start teaching her how to drive, I was a little more planned with my fake it till you make it. And I had my hand on the emergency brake lever, which I had very good access to. And we practiced a few times with hitting the pedal and keeping it at 1500 RPMs for 5 seconds, and then go down, then settle on it, then go down, then do it again. So she gets the feel for the pedal. And then I said, let's go park this thing. So I put it in drive and, she did really well. But as we get closer to parking it, she freaked out, took her hands off. Right. And thank God I said, when you take your hands off, you take your feet off of anything. So she said, I ain't doing this no more, and took her hands off. And then, I just used the emergency brake to stop us. And I said, hey, do me a favor and push the brake so I could put this apart. So yeah, that was a good use of fake it till you make it, but within, some good constraints there. So. But yeah, for me, fake it till you make it is like, have no fear, man. Just get in there. It's a part of your job to take risks and to do the things that are not at your level so that you can actually get to that next level. That's what fake it till you make it means to me. Not all the people on the internet talking about shit that they have no clue about, selling all sorts of stuff that they just doing it because they think they're an entrepreneur or that they have what it takes to really help people and they should be charging for their stuff. And it's just like, not that fake it till you make it.
Yes.
Hey, my fellow impactful engineers, if there's one thing that you could do to help out this community, it's to keep listening to the podcast, but also if you found value in it, to share it with one person, give us a 5-star review, or even leave a text review. It'll only take a few seconds of your time. Find that person that you think could enjoy some of this or learn from it, and pass on the good word. Now back to the show. For me, it's no fear.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that perspective as well. I couldn't help myself, but you're talking about the pulling the handbrake. You know the story that popped in my head.
Oh, I absolutely do. Yeah. The JGTC race in 2014.
Yeah,
I know exactly where
that
you're
was
going.
2010.
That was 2010?
Yes.
Holy
yeah.
shit.
So
that was a long time ago.
quick story time.
In 2014?
Huh?
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the story.
Yeah, quick
We'll
story time. As you all know, I'm into cars. So there's this big event down in LA, and I was living in Oregon, and Jake is in Northern California. So I pick him up. I'm like, hey, Jake, we are going to this event, and we drive all the way through California, top to bottom, which, if you go side to side, it doesn't take very long, right? But when you go top to bottom, it takes all day. And our hometown is at the top and LA is at the bottom practically. So
yeah, pretty much.
I think it's like a 14-hour drive, something like that. Yeah. So anyways, we are driving at night because we're super smart like that and young, and it was foggy. So that's never fun. But anyways, so we are right before the Grapevine, which is this mountain range right above LA. And there's a truck stop there that most Californians know about. And we decide to crash for a couple hours because we were just super tired.
Not crash the car.
Yeah.
Just
Crash as in
take
sleep.
a nap. Yeah. You got it.
So we're sleeping, and all of a sudden, Jake just screams at the top of his lungs and yanks my e-brake. And for anyone that knows, 240SX is what car we're driving, and the e-brake is going vertical. So it's just like this big long handle right in the middle of the car, and it's going vertical by the time he yanks on this thing. And he's just freaking out. And it took both of us to get that thing back down because of the amount of adrenaline.
We were going off a cliff.
Yeah.
We
So
were going off a cliff,
why don't
dude.
you tell what your dream was about?
No, just in my mind, we were still driving, and we're going down the Grapevine on the other side. Like, and we were totally still on the road. And then something happened, man. And I don't know, you're a terrible driver or something. And we went off the side of the road, and the cliff is coming. And I'm like, Steve, we got to stop. And you're just like, and so I'm pulling the brake. Like, and so I pulled that thing hard. Yeah. That was crazy. And then I woke up and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is back when I actually had a lot of those episodes. Like when we went camping, look out, dude. In the middle of the thing, I'm picking the tent up and running around. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Great story. But yeah.
Okay. Well,
You pulling the e-brake in the passenger
hell?
seat, had to jump to that story.
Not quite as intense.
I'm glad.
So.
I'm glad she didn't get the scare that I did.
Yeah.
So back on topic, fake it till you make it.
Yes.
Yeah. So from what our dad told us, right, about just apply for the job, I think that is also applicable even as an engineer to a point, right? So when you're out there applying for jobs, I've heard a lot of people, and I did it early on myself, where they will look at a job description and they'll go through all the bullets and like, oh yeah, I meet that, but oh man, I don't meet that. And then they just don't apply. And I think that's a big mistake. Job descriptions are there for your absolute ideal candidate. And you know how often you get those? Never. As a hiring manager,
Zero.
you absolutely never find that ideal candidate that ticks every single box.
But you're not looking for that
No,
either, though.
you're not, because they're going to be way overqualified, right? So this is the range of skills that you're looking for as a hiring manager. And if you If you interview someone who has, I don't say 80% of those, you're doing really well. So as someone who is job hunting, don't be intimidated by the job descriptions. If you meet the core competencies, like say you're applying for a mechanical engineering position. Are you a mechanical engineer? Yes. All right. You're 50% there. Yeah.
Instantly.
You don't even have to use the same software because software is easy to learn, right? The interview process is more about finding if you're the right fit to the culture of the company and the mindset that they're looking for. The technical skills can be trained. Now, if you're applying to be a senior level FEA analysis guy and you have never done FEA analysis in your life, okay, that's one thing that you need to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't apply for this specific role. But if there's an entry level FEA position, great, do that. So, within reason, of course, but I think it's important to not be intimidated by the list of bullet points that are on those job descriptions.
Yeah. And it's, of course, use your brains, like, like if the thing says 10 plus years of experience in this very specific field and you have 2, like probably move on. Right. But I've had many talks with many people about a list of requirements, and it's like there'll be this one bullet where you're like, that seems really important. I mean, first of all, it's on the job description, but then second of all, it seems pretty pivotal to the role. And then you talk about it, you're like, I have no experience with this like at all. And then they'll say like straight up, like, oh, that's a nice to have. That's a if this or this or this. But if you just never even wanted to step into the room to talk to the people about it, because of that bullet could turn you away. It's like, don't let the bullet list of items that they want turn you away. It's like, especially entry level. All right. They're just looking for people that are hyped to do the job, to come in and learn the systems and to provide great value and have a good attitude. That's really what they're looking for. Like we have co-ops come through all the time that have no idea what Revit or CAD even is. And within 3 weeks, they're up to speed enough to do some small assignments. And then a month or 2 in, they're cranking on jobs. And it's awesome. And then it's really sad because they got to go. But you can do the same thing with a full-time hire. It's like all they need is the stuff to be able to apply to learn the systems that they run and adapt and do that well. So, entry 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 years, like that's going to apply. Like, if you're looking for a job, you can really skim over a lot of the, hey, you must have 5 years of experience in this. And you're like, who's applying for this job? It's all 2-year people. Okay. So you're at a level playing field at that point. Screw the 5-year requirement. Just come in and be confident, fake it till you make it, right? Have no fear, right? Be honest and open, but have no fear about all these things. And you can address the fears right in that conversation too. You'd be like, hey, look, I don't recommend that you do it like right away in some structured manner, but as you go through and they start hinting at or touching on some of the bullets, just be honest. Like, I don't know how to use Revit, but I can learn. I bet you anything, I can learn that in 2 weeks and be running with it. I mean, how hard could it be?
And give examples of
Right.
where you've learned a new skill quickly, right? I mean, that's something I always look for when asking those types of questions.
Exactly.
I'd had someone come in and, we use SolidWorks at our company, and he never used SolidWorks, but he used Creo and he's used Autodesk. And I asked him, like, hey, I see you've used these other software packages. We use SolidWorks here. It's a little different. How confident are you in learning SolidWorks, getting up to speed so you can be effective? And he's like, oh yeah, it'll take me like a week because I went from Autodesk to Creo, and that took me like a week to get up to speed to where I was, proficient enough to start working. And then within a couple months, I was great at it. And lo and behold, he's been on the team for a while and he's great at it. So don't be afraid to be deficient in some certain skill sets, but also have some examples in the interview process that you can showcase that it is not going to be a problem.
Yeah. And if you do that, you're going to have a really good chance. So, and we're talking about hiring right now or like finding another job, but the same applies. Mm-hmm. So unless there's a huge mismatch, you're not going to be at a disadvantage in the interview.
Yeah.
Or at the opportunity for promotion. or anything else that you're trying to fake it until you make it, or that service you're going to provide somebody. It unless there's a complete and huge mismatch, which you'll know right away. It's like, hey, I need someone to paint my car. That's a certain process, right? Or I need someone to change my oil. And it's like, okay, are you a great mechanic or are you a great auto body guy? Are you going to go, if you're great at turning a wrench and you know systems and you know the oil system enough to know what to do, you're not going to go and say, oh yeah, I'll paint your car. Hell yeah. Like that would be a huge mismatch. Like painting is much different than turning a wrench, right?
Yeah.
But if someone said, hey, oh man, there's like this, a leak coming from my valve cover. And I asked the guys at the auto body or at the mechanic shop, and it's just like $800. And I'm like, do you know what, you ask your neighbor, do you know anything about cars and you know how to change the oil on something? It's like, you know how to turn a wrench? You know about gaskets? You know about turning the wrench? You know about taking the things off? It's like, you could probably say, oh yeah, I could probably figure it out myself, or it's a quick YouTube video away and I'll get it for you and it'll be perfect. That's what we're talking about. You're not going to YouTube your way into painting a perfect car the first time. That's going to take some practice, especially the way our dad painted cars. Right. Pro.
That was ridiculous.
So that's where we're coming from. But yeah, so I hope that clears it up. It's like, hey, we're not saying go to apply to something or provide a service that you have no clue what to do. Right. Absolutely zero. It's like, that's not good either. So yeah, fake it till you make it. Get rid of the fear. Get rid of the fear. And why I say that is like a lot of the times I've experienced this myself too, but people will get worse off for themselves and still try to do the thing because they're so afraid of what they don't know. If you're going to do the thing, don't be so afraid. Just fake it till you make it. But don't allow that fear to put you in a worse position than you would have been if you would have went in with that belief, part of your equation, right? And then taking action and the right behaviors, of course, amplifies that. But I would say get rid of the fear and have that belief. And it works out a lot of the time. I don't know if that's where the message we were going for, man, but that's the message I want to give.
No, I think it's sound short and sweet, right? So yeah, if you made it this far, we appreciate you listening. The equation is belief multiplied by the actions and your behaviors multiplied by time. And then you will achieve what you're after. So before we sign off, we do have a newsletter that comes out every week, which reinforces the why, the how, and the actions to take involving some of the highest impact activities you could be doing to boost your career and your confidence in it. You can sign up by heading over to impactfulengineer.com. If you want us to answer a question about any of the topics that we cover, or you are facing a unique challenge and could use some guidance, please reach out to us on LinkedIn directly or send us an email at questions@impactfulengineer.com.
People do not need to know what you don't know. So get in the trenches, do stuff, learn from people that do know, and they'll never know that you didn't know.